This video is to raise awareness to chronic pain and fibromyalgia. I've suffered with fibromyalgia for just over 10 years. I have to work around my pain, and it's changed my life and my plans constantly. I wanted to share with you some tips I have for anyone who is creative but struggles like I do. Before I get into this video, I want to share some information about fibromyalgia. What is fibromyalgia? Fibromyalgia is a pain condition that causes widespread body pain. These are the tender points. They're roughly 18 points, and this can be an indicator of fibromyalgia. On average, this affects 1.5 to 2 million people just in the UK. Between 70 and 80% of people who get diagnosed are women. The symptoms include fatigue, muscle stiffness, memory loss, insomnia, headaches, paresthesia, anxiety, depression, and many more symptoms. That was just a little bit of information on fibromyalgia that I wanted to share. Now let's get into the tips. Tip number 1 is comfort. Having your creative time means being relaxed and finding comfort. Having somewhere comfortable to sit, or maybe finding the right chair. Wearing comfortable clothes makes such a difference. This can help you feel more relaxed and just that little bit more comfort. If you get pain in your hands like I do, you can also wear wrist straps or hand gloves. I'll make sure I list the ones that I use in the description below. Tip number 2 is planning. Planning out what you have to do in your projects. Setting times and dates to complete your work. And making sure you have days off to rest. You can plan in your calendar or your diary or even your phone. This can help you feel more relaxed and not stressed out about projects you want to complete. Tip number 3 is choosing the right equipment. This depends on what art or craft you are going to do. For example, I try to find paintbrushes or pens that feel better to grip. Tip number 4 is think carefully about what you're using. One of my main arts I like to do on a regular basis is painting. In the last 8 months, I've been using a lot more of watercolour. I find this easier because there's less cleanup and my paints are all together in one palette, where if I were to use acrylics or oil paints, it's a long process for me to clean up and wash all my paintbrushes. So I usually think about how I'm feeling and what I'm using. Or if I was working with crafts, I think about what I'm able to do in terms of energy. I have to ask myself, how much does this involve? And how much cleaning might this involve too? Tip number 5, track your pain. You can keep a notebook. And these are some of the questions you can write down. What are you like before and after your art activity? Is there anything that's made you feel worse? Is there anything you can avoid for next time? This can really help with planning and working out what you can do, and point out any red flags in case you have a flare-up. You can look back at your notebook and see if there's any links. Tip number 6, taking regular breaks. This applies to everything you will do. But when I'm working on any arts or crafts, I always take regular breaks, even setting my alarm on my phone for every 20 minutes so I can have a little break and a stretch. This helps as sometimes when you're working on a project, you can get lost in your work, so it's so important to take those breaks. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's important to do what you love. Never let anything take that away from you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you've enjoyed this content. Thanks for watching.